Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video was inspired by a video that I did not too long ago, and that is the forever favorites in my either forever favorites or forever pieces in my collection tag that was started by Minnie from Minks for All. So I have filmed that video already and I will link it down below. But what I've noticed is I've been watching a lot of other people's responses to this tag video. And so many people have included the Mini Pochette in their forever favorites. I included it in mine, and most of the other people I watched, at least the ones who have this item, included it on their list. So I've had mine now for about a year, and I decided that I was going to do wear and tear and a review. But as a surprise bonus, I'm going to be comparing it to another piece that we just got in at work, and that is the Pochette Accessoire. So this is the old model of the Pochette Accessoire model, meaning that it has the shorter strap and does not have the pocket on the inside, but these are pretty freely available on the pre-loved market, and I will link a few down below that I can find for you. So if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name's Katherine and my channel is KWSHOPS. I do videos all about luxury goods and how to save money on them. If you're interested in any of those topics, I'd love to have you back, so please hit the subscribe button down below as well as the bell icon next to it so you can be notified when I upload a video every week. Full disclaimer on this piece. We did get this in at work, and we do still currently have it for sale. I don't know when exactly I don't know. Hopefully it will still be available by the time this video gets up, but there really aren't any promises. I will leave in the description box down below if it is still available currently, and if not, then you can send me an email and you can have this one. But I did decide that since I have both of these pieces, I do want to compare the two of them, pros and cons, and which one I think is the better buy. Okay, so I'm going to start with the one that I actually do own, and that is the Louis Vuitton Mini Pochette. I have mine in the monogram canvas with the vachetta leather tab here. It has a gold chain with a lobster claw that attaches here. This lobster claw I usually keep over on this side, and it zips open and holds all of my stuff. It's lined in a light brown canvas that I will show you later when I do compare them side by side. But I use this as a catch-all in my bags, and I have to say that I really do love it. I use this pretty much every day inside of almost all of my bags, with the exception of my mini ones like this one here. Pretty much that whenever I'm not going completely compact, then I will carry this piece inside of each and every one of my bags. And the Mini Pochette here, it measures at 6 inches across, 4 inches tall, and 1¼ inches in depth, as you can see there. And there is enough space for 2 LVs. There. That's what it looks like. There's gold-toned hardware and an LV on the zipper right here. So overall wear and tear on this piece, I have to say, is great. I've had it and used it and loved it for an entire year now, and this is one of the only pieces I've actually bought new from the store. Most everything else that I buy is pre-loved. So just want to show you the only wear on it is the vachetta tab, and as you can see, it's still pretty nice and doesn't have a ton of patina. Patina isn't something that bothers me, so I don't mind that at all, especially considering how much I use it. There is some little, I'm not sure if you can be able to see this, staining sort of on the inside of the leather tab that I don't think you'll be able to see because my lights are washing it out and the camera's not focusing. But other than that, the hardware looks great. Canvas is holding up perfectly, and the inside is, free of any marks or stains. So next is the Pochette Accessoire. As I mentioned, this is the old model. So I was actually able to determine that this is actually called the Pochette Navona, and it is actually more similar to the new model Mini Pochette. It is leather on the sides, whereas the other one was canvas on the sides. It has the shorter strap. This strap is detachable completely, so you can just completely take the strap off of it and add a new strap if you'd like. It has the zipper closure here, just like the other, and the interior is this like a I would say a faded red-orange color. There's a leather tab here, and mine actually has the date code on the inside of this corner here. I'm not going to be able to show it to you because it's really hard to get in there, but this piece is from 2004. By the way, my mini pochette, I forgot to mention, was made at the end of 2016, and I bought it in the around this time last year in 2017. So the old model Pochette Accessoire measures at 8.5 inches long, 5 inches tall, and 2 inches wide. Oh, this, as I mentioned, this is the older model. They have since discontinued this piece, I hear. At the time when I purchased the mini pochette, I did already have this one here that came with my Givenchy Antigona shopper tote that I'm sure you guys have seen. It's big and massive, but this one only at the time had a little hook here that has since broken off. I'm so annoyed. So I decided that I was going to add a Louis Vuitton one to my collection. So when I was deciding between the Pochette Accessoire and the mini pochette, I decided on the mini pochette in the end because I wanted something smaller and a bit more compact. The fact that I did already have something sort of similar in a similar size, I really thought that it would be better for me to keep something smaller. Also, when it comes to using it as a catch-all for my bag, which is what I intended to do, I don't really need a ton of things, and all the things that I do have, which I will show you in a second, are pretty small, pretty slim, and pretty compact. So I am able to get away with carrying a little bit less. Another thing is that this one is very versatile in that you can add a longer strap to it. As I mentioned, the chain on this only comes off on one side. This piece here is stationary unless you do opt to remove it completely, which I personally wouldn't do. But you can use this as a crossbody if you were to add a crossbody chain or a longer strap. And I do actually happen to have the Louis Vuitton removable strap, and I will show you what they both look like on at the end of the video. Okay, so now I'm going to show you everything that fits in between the two of them. So first in the mini pochette, let me open it up. I'm just going to show you how I have it packed in here. As I said, I use this as a junk drawer for my bags, and I move from bag to bag regularly, like a couple of times during the week. I'll change from one bag to another. So this has made it almost effortless for me to do that. So for me, when I have in here, I'm just going to go through really quickly what I have in here. I have an Advil, container. I have a chapstick. This is from Trader Joe's. It's mint, but it's like very mint. This is a wet wipe that I got from a restaurant. I always like to keep those. Here's a couple packets of green tea that I take to work with me. This is like 4 of them, and it's like individuals. And I have this mirror I got from Sally Hansen that's just really flat and compact. I keep an umbrella bag because it always rains in Miami and I like to have these handy. Now I have a bunch of hair ties. This is like 6 of them. I have to use 3 because my hair is so thick, so I might as well keep extra. I also have my purse holder, and this is a eyelash brush that I use when I get my eyelash extensions. I don't have them in now, and I'm going to be getting them put in not too long from now. So, but I haven't cleaned this out in a while, so this is what I keep in there when I do have them done, so I can, comb them out when I need to. But yeah, I don't need them right now, so I don't know why this is in here. Then I have headphones and a spare feminine product. All of those things fit inside of here perfectly, so even though this little piece is very small, it really does pack a punch, and you're able to hold a ton of stuff in here. Oh, and also one thing I don't want to forget to mention is my beloved tassel keychain. So this is a tassel phone charger that people use as a bag charm. I just like to clip it onto my mini pochette right here, and that way I have a charger on the go. I never leave home without this thing, and like I said, I usually do have it clipped on to the mini pochette, so I just am able to walk around and have a phone charger without having to carry my big, huge, massive one. So now it goes without saying that anything that fits inside of the mini pochette will also fit in here. This bag, as I mentioned the measurements to both of them earlier, but it is longer, taller, and wider, significantly so. So anything that fits in here will be able to fit inside of the larger pochette accessories. I did mention that they did redesign it before it was discontinued, which I find weird. But the newer models are, from what I hear, I haven't seen it in person, the newer models are a bit wider. They're also come with a longer strap. This strap is, for me, in my opinion, too short to wear on your arm. I mean, I will show it modeled here, but it's not something that I would do personally. And on the inside, the newer model also has an inside pocket, whereas this does not. This piece is from 2004. This piece I do feel is a bit more versatile than the Mini Pochette. The reason I decided that I did not need to buy this one instead and opted for the Mini instead was because I have several mini bags in my collection. It wasn't something I feel like I really needed to have. As well, some of my bigger bags aren't very roomy and spacious on the inside. Particularly, I'm looking at this Balenciaga right here. That bag is big and massive, but there just isn't really a ton of room on the inside. When it comes to catch-alls, I wanted something that was much smaller and more compact to fit in my collection, but I do think that all in all, this is probably the better buy. What I like about this one is that it is large enough to fit, you know, pieces on the inside. Since you can use it as a small bag, you can put your phone in here. I have the iPhone 6S. It's, you know, super old now, I guess. This is the, you know, not the smaller, but like the regular size iPhone, not the large one, and it fits in here just fine. I think there would be plenty of space to fit one of the larger iPhones or a larger phone in general. I can fit my compact wallet in here. That was my Rabat clay, and this is my Chanel key holder, would go in here just fine. So those three things are, you know, a couple things that I just can't leave the house with at all, and they would zip up in here with plenty of room to spare. So this is what it looks like with just those three things. So for me, this definitely would work as a mini bag, and you could still put a lot of the other things from the Mini Pochette on the inside. So I'm going to pack this up with my phone and all the rest of the things inside of my Mini Pochette. Yeah, you'll notice that I'm pretty minimal when it comes to catch-all items. All the pieces, like if you look at my mirror and my purse holder and all this other things, they're pretty flat. Just because I don't like to take up a whole bunch of space. Here's all of my hair ties. My favorite lip gloss from Fenty Beauty, but one thing I hate about it is that this container is so humongous. Like, this is so big. And as a result, I usually am not able to fit it inside of my Mini Pochette. And here, it goes just perfectly. And so now, I am gonna put my compact wallet in here just to see if it fits. And yeah, it definitely does. All of those things zipped up in here just perfectly. My keys are not inside, but you know, I don't really have to carry my keys all the time. Now I'm going to show you how my Louis Vuitton canvas strap looks like on the bag and on the Mini Pochette. Me personally, I've definitely come around to the way that this bag looks as carried as a bag. I didn't always feel that way, but I feel like once you take the strap off of it, and, you know, add an actual, like, handbag strap to wear it crossbody, then it definitely elevates the look for me a lot. The Mini Pochette, in my opinion, is a little bit too small. Even, you know, aesthetically, I do think that I would want to carry a few more things to try and wear this as a bag. When I fit a whole bunch of stuff inside of here, my phone doesn't necessarily fit in, and also I just don't feel like it is big enough on me, if that makes sense. I'm sure that doesn't make any sense. I did actually experiment with this on my Instagram, and I did wrap my this strap around my waist and try this as a waist bag or a fanny pack or however you want to call it. And, you know, a lot of people thought it was cute, but I'm just not really into the fanny pack trend. But I am going to show you what it looks like, just so you can see it and know that it is an option. So now I'm going to do the pros and cons of these two pieces, and I'm gonna start with the Mini Pochette. So for me, pros on the Mini Pochette, the first one is that Obviously, because it is the mini pochette, it is the smaller version of the pochette, it is going to be more compact. I'm looking, like as I mentioned, I'm looking specifically at my Balenciaga and also my Gucci Dionysus. Both of these bags are, you know, pretty large. Both of these bags are pretty large, but they're not the roomiest. I needed something that was compact and was able to fit everything inside of it to, you know, put it inside of here. What I love about pochettes in general is that I feel like it would take up more space inside of your bag to have everything just roaming around freely, and it's not as easy to find. So I like keeping everything compact and together. Another pro of this piece is that it's really, really roomy. It surprisingly does pack a lot bigger of a punch than you would think. I'm able to put all of my items inside of it, and there's a couple that don't fit, being my, you know, humongous lip gloss and my phone when I have everything stuffed inside. The phone does fit, as you can see. It fits in just fine, but with all the other things, I like having easier access to my phone, so I never put it inside of anything. I usually just put it inside of a pocket in my bag, but as you can see, it does in fact fit in here. A larger iPhone, I would guess, wouldn't. So there is actually more room than I actually use it for with my things, but that's just all the things that I need inside of it. Now, the pros on the Pochette accessory. The first one is that it is obviously larger, so it fits more things inside of it. It depends on where you are in your collection and what you need for your lifestyle. I didn't need something that fit everything in here the way this does, but this definitely does pack a punch. Next pro is builds on that, and it can fit your SLGs inside. As you can see, my compact wallet fits in here absolutely with no issue whatsoever. If you have a smaller card holder, this would go in perfectly. The next one is that the strap can actually be removed. So if you do take the lobster claw off, you can, I hope you can see this, just remove the strap off of here completely, and now you have just the pouch. And the last pro to this piece, honestly over the mini pochette, is that it can be used as a bag. Obviously you can use the other one as a bag if you wish to, but I think this one works a bit better and fits more stuff, and the proportions, in my opinion, are a lot better. So since you can take the strap off, you can add a strap here and wear this as a little crossbody pouch. So now the cons to the mini pochette. Again, obviously it is smaller. You definitely have to take into account realistically how much that you have to carry from day to day and from bag to bag. For me, this is perfect because I have found a lot of items. For example, my little compact mirror. As you can see, this is super thin, right? And doesn't take up that much space inside of here. So since that doesn't take up much space, I'm able to put in other things. The next is that the chain on this is not removable. I only think that's a con because, I mean, I do think it gets in the way. A lot of people use these to clip them inside of the D-rings on their bags, and I've never done that. I've never really seen a purpose to it, just simply because, I mean, I switch out of my bags all the time, so it doesn't really faze me in any way. And I also think it is less versatile because it, in my opinion, doesn't look as good as this does as a handbag. And the cons for the pochette accessory, you know, it's a bit bigger, and it, you know, wouldn't be able to use in smaller or less roomy bags, like two of mine specifically. This strap, I think, is pretty short. I don't really like the way that looks as a handbag, but that's just really personal preference. I think the strap sits on it really, really high, and I just don't really like the way that that looks. However, since it is removable, it doesn't really matter because you can put onto it any type of strap that you want. And the next con on this is that it has been discontinued. It doesn't make sense. Really, they redesigned this piece, I think, a year or two ago, and then all of a sudden it was discontinued. I don't know what would have caused that. I think this is such a great and versatile piece, and the price point on it, I think, was, you know, in the $500 range. I think it was a great starter piece for the brand, and it was really versatile. And yeah, there are still a lot available on the pre-loved market. Obviously, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this one is currently for sale, but I just wish that there were more out there, and I don't know why they would have discontinued it, so they're a little harder to find. Okay, so that is it for my review and comparison on these two gorgeous little pieces. I think For me personally, with my, you know, collection of bags where it is, I think this mini pochette is the perfect one if I have to pick one for me. But I really would not I would not entirely cross this one off the list. Maybe one day I will look into purchasing one. Just actually, oh my god, just actually found out that we are going to London and Paris for vacation in a couple of weeks, and I plan on purchasing something when I get there. But anyways, so I'm going to save my money on this now currently, and I hope this video goes up in time and this piece is still available. I'll have information about it in the description down below, just in case that it isn't. So do check there if you would like to purchase this one. It is in great condition, as you can see. Yeah, great condition. As I mentioned, this piece is from 2004 and has little to no wear on it whatsoever. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Very, very clean. There's maybe like, you know, a couple of marks from something on the inside. If you probably can't see that, but yeah, if you'd like any more photos of this, please send me an email. And yeah, so all in all, I think this is a really, really great piece. I think that it is more versatile, and I honestly think that it does beat the mini simply because you can wear it as a handbag, and I think the proportions on it fit a bit better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison video for these two gorgeous pieces, and please hit the thumbs up if you did. I really like doing comparisons. Let me know how you felt about it, and also, since you made it to the end of the video, I want to know how you guys feel. I want to know what you use as a catch-all for your bags, if you use one at all, and which of these two you prefer and why. So comment down below with your answer. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!